I finally found a job in my field. It actually didn't require any bachelor's degrees. I was working with people with high school diplomas, but it was in my field, and it wasn't selling shoes or anything like that. So in this job, I got to take $5 out of the till, and I had to sign out for it, and I had to bring a receipt back every time I did that. Meanwhile, at church, I was put in charge of tithes and offerings, and I was counting thousands of dollars every week going through my hands, and then taking it down to the bank and depositing it, and with another person. And I thought, this is really interesting. At my job, I'm not really given hardly any responsibility. But at church, I've been given a whole lot of trust and responsibility. And this is a pattern that has continued in my life till this day. When I was in college, I got a letter offering me a $300 credit card. And I said, I don't need a credit card in college. In fact, it'll just get in the way and mess up my finances. So I declined it. But after I graduated, I said, okay, now I'm working, I'm making some money. Now a credit card will be a help to me. So I called the same company that offered me the $300 credit card before, and I asked them for the $300 credit card. And they said no. And I said, 6 months ago you offered the same offer to me when I was in college. Now I have a bachelor's degree, and I have a job, and I'm making money. And they said, no, that was a special offer for people in college. Now, why did they offer that to people in college? They're not offering it for the people to pay it off themselves. They're hoping mom and dad will pay it off for them. They wouldn't even give me a $300 credit card. Around this time, I made my first $500,000 mistake. I was renting a house in the U District of Seattle, and the owner, after about 9 months of renting, the owner said, hey, I'll sell you this place. I'll use some of your rent money for the down payment. And I had been in Seattle for about 4.5 years. And don't get me wrong, it's one of the most beautiful cities I've ever lived in, maybe the most, in the summertime. But in the fall, it starts to drizzle, and it drizzles for 9 months straight, fall, winter, and spring. And then in the summer, it's beautiful again. Well, after 4.5 years of that, I was like, I gotta get out of here. So I turned down that offer. I recently looked up that same house. Now this isn't it. This house is much nicer than the one I was living in, but it's in the same area. And I looked up that house on Zillow, and it was being offered for $500,000. It was actually $550,000. And I'm sure it's worth more even now.